Hi, this is a Bitcoin morning brief, although it depends on where you are in the world. Actually, probably for Tone, it is the earliest of the morning. It's also Halloween and we have a birthday, so we have a lot going on today. Jimmy's on today. This is just going to be a lot of fun. Tone, where are you? I think you're in Australia.
I'm in Australia. I think I totally missed Halloween. I think it's already November 1st, where I am. And yeah, no, I mean, it was, it, I like, it's unreasonable how far away Singapore is from Australia and New Zealand. Like, you wouldn't think that it is, but it really, really is. Um, yeah, no, so it's been a rough, long day. So but I'm ready to go for the show, and then I'm gonna get a little bit of sleep.
Well, maybe you'll be the spooky part of the show for us. Well, Jimmy, congratulations. Oh my God, we're going to be talking about it. The book is available pre-sale. How are you?
I am good. People tend to forget that November 1st is the actual original day, right? All Saints Day that Tone is currently experiencing. And that Halloween is All Hallows Eve, which is the day before All Saints Day. So I mean, like both days are important. Let's not forget, of course, we do have a particular birthday that we'll be celebrating in a little bit. But yeah, I'm super excited about the book. I'm still working very hard on it. It's a lot of technical review stuff that I just need to go in and change. So, it's an interesting time right now. And I am at home trying not to travel, trying to do everything so I can get this thing done.
Well, let's dive right into it. And I definitely remember on the cruise, you locked up and getting things done. So now it is Programming Bitcoin. We are on Amazon. Jimmy, tell us about it. I'm going to pull up the bio that we have down here, but please tell us about your book.
Well, so it's a book for programmers that already know some Python, not like a super high level of Python, just enough. And I teach pretty much everything from the very base mathematics that you need to know in order to understand elliptic curve cryptography, all the way to the network protocol, so that you can figure out your UTXOs by asking other nodes about various things using a Bloom filter, constructing a transaction, signing the transaction, and then submitting that onto the network using the network protocol. So it covers pretty much everything in between. There's a section on SegWit. There's script, transactions, blocks, proof of work. All of that stuff is in there. I did not expect the book to be so expensive. $60 retail, which MSRP or whatever it was. I was like, oh, wow. But I am told that it's because they need to make the inside pages color and everything. And, they're pouring some resources into this book in order to make it good. So I'm very excited. I did post a link on Twitter if you want to go through it and, I guess give me a little bit of a commission or something. Anyway, that's what the book is about. I'm hoping that it comes out before South by Southwest in March of next year. I'll be speaking on a couple of panels, and I'm trying to get O'Reilly to help me do some sort of a book signing event there. So that would be a lot of fun. And it would be a good way to sort of launch the print version of the book. I believe a preview is going to be available on Safari Online if you are interested in getting the O'Reilly experience. I think the first 50 pages are going to release in the next few days.
Yay! And will they have your really cool cartoons that you're really good at figuring out and finding?
No, it's unfortunately not that kind of book. Maybe I'll do another book that's much more like based on my Medium articles and based on those cartoons or something like that. But for now, it's this a very technical book. It's based on my 2-day seminar. It's it's supposed to be for people that really want to learn the technical underpinnings of Bitcoin and all of the blockchain layer stuff that you need to know before you could get to some of the higher level stuff like wallets and Lightning and things like that. So it's supposed to be a good foundation. I'll be teaching a lot of this material at the University of Texas, it looks like, next semester as a graduate level class. So I'm probably going to try to have at least like a PDF version of this book and hand it out to the students there or something. Yeah, so that's it.
Great. Congratulations, Jimmy. That is so
Thank you.
exciting. And Janet Yellen, Tone. So originally she was speaking at a Canadian fintech. She was not a fan, and now she was gifted $20. And what was her response? What do you think?
Well, yeah, it's interesting. I'm surprised she responded, because what else would crypto people do with the response like that than put it on Reddit or Twitter, right? Like, I think Jenet Yellen learned that anything you say in this space, whether it's relevant or irrelevant, and in this case, it's actually totally irrelevant, ends up being blown out of proportion with a million articles, and even this show managed to talk about it. Just like, when I decided to take on a short trade, about a dozen articles were written, and Jimmy sends like a single tweet, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, there's like 8 articles written about a tweet, that why it doesn't really make sense to use your Bitcoin in a store versus a credit card, and all hell breaks loose, right? Like, this space really takes the smallest things and statements and blows them way out of proportion.
Definitely true. Jimmy, what are your thoughts?
Well, I'm glad she likes her gift. I think she is kind of a politician, and politicians like money, and I don't think they're ever ungrateful for money. So I this kind of the thing that you would expect her to say. I honestly wonder how many people we would be converting if we just like gave them a little bit of money or something like that. And I don't know. I have no idea. I know people have been trying that for a long time. Oftentimes what happens is you give them a little bit of money and then they don't know what to do with it, and they just sort of end up forgetting about it, and a lot of Bitcoin gets lost as well. So, I was pleasantly surprised that this was her reaction. But, what else would she say without like looking like a complete jerk, I guess. But regardless, Janet, please go and keep that $20 for a few years, and you will watch that money grow. It will probably be better than any other investment that you've probably made. Well, actually, no. Government bureaucrats have like inside tracks on this stuff that gets crazy. So who knows what will happen with her stuff? But just watch the investment, Janet, and hopefully you get to understand what the power of money that's separated from the state is really like.
Well, hopefully she doesn't lose her keys. We will we'll find out. And we have a birthday, the birthday of the white paper. Gonna go back to you, Jimmy. Do you think that we're realizing Satoshi's vision? What are your thoughts on the birthday?
Well, that's a very loaded word. Satoshi's vision. Leah, what are you trying to get me in trouble? I think the idea was absolutely brilliant. And I've said this before. Before this paper, we didn't know that decentralized digital scarcity was possible. And once Satoshi brought this into the world, now we have digital scarcity, right? That's decentralized. That was completely new concept, and we're obviously very grateful that it exists right now, because in many ways we were doomed to a lot of the excesses of fiat money, a lot of rent-seeking, civilization sort of going down the toilet a little bit. But with this paper, with Bitcoin, now we have the ability to store wealth outside of the fiat system, and without a central party that a government can choke. And for me, that's the biggest thing, is that if you can have wealth apart from this entire tangled web of government intervention, that's what allows you to build and store and create in a way that's, very selfish, but it helps everybody else as well. It's a beautiful system. I love that Satoshi did it. And Satoshi, if you're watching this, which I really, really doubt, thank you very much for what you've done, and happy birthday to the white paper.
Thanks, Jimmy. And Tone, what are your thoughts on this birthday?
Yeah, no, I think this is great, and it's made it pretty damn far. I mean, even from a price perspective, sitting here currently at just above 6,000, that's a reasonable price. And from a technological perspective, I think it's great. I think we're finally scaling. The privacy's coming. I think it's being taken beyond what Satoshi was able to even envision as to how his creation is actually going to scale the right way. And I really like where it's going and how it got here. I don't know, Jimmy, what do you think? You think Schnorr is going to be able to get in, or are the core devs still very nervous about another soft fork?
I don't think they're nervous. I think it'll happen. And the way I think, if anything, they're more emboldened by what happened with 2x and Bitcoin Cash last year. But they're not going to lower the technical bar, and that's the big thing. Is that the technical stuff has to be really solid and tested thoroughly before it gets released. Bitcoin is not like Ethereum or something where they just sort of see what happens and not test everything thoroughly or think through all of the consequences of something that could happen. But yeah, don't expect it to be like next week or anything. But I could see it for maybe like 0.18, maybe 0.19, something like that. Yeah, but we'll see it soon enough.
So
Yeah.
sorry,
No,
Tone.
no,
So
no.
I was gonna ask you what was your aha moment when you read it for the first time?
I actually I didn't read it. I listened to it. There were audio versions of the white paper, so I actually listened to it. Like I listened to everything else because I hate reading. So I find things on tape and I listen to them. So I listened to it, and I think I listened to it in like probably late 2013 or early 2014. It was definitely after I already got into Bitcoin.
And Jimmy, before we go to the weather report, just wanted to hear the same thoughts from you. What reading this paper, especially you as a dev and programmer, made you just believe, all right, this is incredible.
Well, the big thing was that decentralized digital scarcity. It was just sort of like, oh man, the implications of this are just gigantic, because never really had decentralized digital scarcity before. And as devs do, you tend you sort of like branch out and think, okay, well, what else can this be used for? We've learned since then that this is a very expensive system, so using a blockchain for almost anything else doesn't really make sense. But the aspect that really interested me at the beginning was that 21 million limit, and knowing that there is no way to go past that, and having that guaranteed credible scarcity was the biggest thing. And that to me blew my mind that it could be done, and it's still kind of like, wow, I can't believe this is possible. Pretty much anything in human life, that's scarce, people work really, really hard to make more of it because it tends to be very valuable. Bitcoin's the one thing where that's actually not possible, because it's the holders that determine whether or not it's going to be expanded, and that's simply just, it's impossible because everyone needs to agree. So for me, the thing that blew my mind was that, like reading the paper, I was just like, this says what I think it says, then this is crazy, because the scarcity is is really credible. It isn't about transactions or whatever, like whatever Roger likes to say. It's about the fact that it's actually incredibly scarce and that no one can create more. And that means that you can store your wealth on it. And a lot of people still don't realize that yet. And this is why we say Bitcoin is still in its early days until it'll get there, but there's still a large part of the world that doesn't realize that this is actually scarce and that it is actually very difficult to change any of that. So, that's what's exciting for me.
Thanks, Jimmy. And I do think on this show, we showed a poll at one point of people who had read the white paper, and it was like almost split 50-50. It was like a very low statistic. So hopefully on this birthday, everybody goes out and does finally read the white paper. But I love that. Thanks, Jimmy. And let's hit the weather report. We haven't done the show.
It's been a while since
I know.
Yeah, I haven't looked at this in a while. But yeah, I mean, you can see all those spikes down. That's when a block is found. And you can see that, especially overnight, the spike goes almost all the way down to the x-axis here. And that means that the mempool is clearing almost entirely. There's a lot of transactions that are getting cleared. If you need to get it in the next couple of hours, I would probably put in something around 5 Satoshi per byte. If you need something done in the next few hours, next 10 hours or something like that, I would go with like 1 Satoshi per byte. That seems to be a shelling point that a lot of people are using anyway. So we'll see where things go from here, but I don't think there's any danger of blocks filling up in the next month or two, despite what Roger keeps saying.
Thanks, Jimmy. And I'm going to shill for the first time on this show, if this is allowed, Tone. So also because you attend our webinars, so I appreciate that. So this Saturday, my business partner, Tyler, Lucid Investment Funds, we are doing another webinar. And this one specifically is about portfolio allocation, which may sound very boring, although we're going into price in a second. But specifically also how you allocate Tone's favorite, GBTC, but also do a mixed bag of cryptocurrencies, traditional. We're obviously in a bear market here. And the question is, are we about to end the bull market in traditional markets? And, just really quickly, right? Like some people, I think, just have such a misconception. And we have, I think, with Tone and Jimmy, you guys are so brilliant, especially you're just talking about scarcity of people understanding money. And so everybody has a portfolio, right? From a house to a car, from a retirement account, to Bitcoin, right? And anytime you really put more than 2 assets together, you have a portfolio, but this can be broad, specific, and you do need to design these specifically for the bear and the bull markets. So this webinar is because for 9 years, right, our clients and everybody has been in the stock market, done really well, or been in Bitcoin as we have, done well, and hopefully, we have, since December, but for the most part, hopefully you did pretty well. So we're just going to be breaking it down into all the major pieces, right? So for anyone that doesn't know, mutual funds, you have $23 trillion, ETFs is like 7 trillion close, funds are 2 trillion, I believe, and we're actually going to do a random portfolio. And so that's, I think, really cool. I'll kind of finish there. But so like Tyler's going to show how all these are related in the same way. And to do this, we've asked people to send in any stock and also crypto and then like throw it all together and show how to make a really good portfolio about that. And just to be a nerd here. So if anyone hasn't read, and Tone, here's a question to you if you've read this. Random walk down Wall Street. I believe it was Malkiel. And it's like, absolutely, you're smiling. So I don't know if that's a yes or a no, but we'll find out in a second. So it's really cool. And he just said, like, open up a newspaper where all the stocks are listed and how they've done, throw them on a wall, throw like darts at them, and then that becomes your random portfolio. So that's what we're going to be doing, is like pretty much throwing darts at like 8,000 stocks of what anyone picks. They're allowed to throw in everything. And obviously people have thrown in crypto as well. And then how to make the decisions. And since we're Americans here on the show, this is 5 days before the election. So things are crazy, but also things are crazy because of price. So I will stop there. And then the last part is just, again, Jimmy's book is out, everybody. So it's on his, I've retweeted it, you know, I'm sure Tone has, and check it out, pre-order, and congratulations again, Jimmy.
Thanks.
Tone.
You want to go or you want to stick around for price?
Well, can we just pull this up, because I don't know. I just saw this on Twitter, and this is just so freaking cringeworthy that
you got it?
Yeah.
Well, who's doing it? Me or Leah?
I got it. Well, what are we looking at?
Okay, so this is apparently at Ethereum DevCon 4. Please, yeah, I mean, like, they apparently have some Biddle song or something like that. And I don't know what it is about Ethereum people, but it's a lot like that dance that they did a little bit back. It just, I don't know who thinks these things are a good idea. You know, where they do these really cringeworthy performances. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there as
why are we looking at the same thing twice? Is that like a screen above them or something?
I think so, yeah.
Should we play it? Too spooky.
I don't know. Can you look at it, or can we hear it if you press play?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Convenience change for better. Beauty is my passion.
Is this what's happening in Prague right now?
I think so. I think that's where DevCon is. Yeah. I mean, can you see more like buzzwords on a screen? Well, no, I have actually in like enterprise blockchain things, but this is
Ethereum saying don't ICO. That's their entire business model.
I don't know. I have really no idea what it's talking about, but it's just it's extremely cringeworthy. Just the people in the back just sort of like trying to dance, but like just sort of like being all awkward about it. Yeah. Kind of wraps up Ethereum in a nutshell for me.
Oh boy. So do we get you, or you got to run, Jimmy?
I think I'm gonna have to go. Got a lot of editing to do. So yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, we'll let you go. It's all right. Tomorrow night I'm speaking at a university here in Perth, so I probably will not be around for tomorrow's morning brief, unless you guys want to be up at like 4 in the morning. And I actually, I don't know what tomorrow is, and I don't know if the next day I have a workshop or not. Well, like, I mean, this side of the world is like insane with the time zone.
Dude, you just need some sleep. Like, you just sound tired right now.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Anyway, we'll let you go, Jimmy, and we'll try and get you back on again soon. Yeah, too bad your book isn't ready for the January conference, unfortunately.
Yeah, we'll see the Kindle version might be out by then. Anyway, this song is done. Thank you, guys.
Bye, Jimmy. Tone, don't inverse the charts and you know, with your
yeah, well, it's we'll have Saifuddin's book there, and Saifuddin himself at the Unconfiscatable conference. Yeah, so A Random Work Down Wall Street is sitting on my shelf at home, and I did not actually read it, but I did read A Fractal Walk Down Wall Street by Mandelbrot. A bunch of Mandelbrot stuff because my master's thesis was on fractal geometry and finance.
He's actually my favorite. Okay, I'm going really quickly, but Irrational Behavior of Markets or Misbehavior of Markets by Mandelbrot, I think is the best finance book I've ever read. So well done, Tone. Kudos.
Yeah, I haven't read many. That's like one of 3 books that I've ever read in finance. Again, I don't like to read. I like to just do shit.
Maybe you could pay someone to read to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, oh, all
That'd
right.
be good.
Show the charts.
All right.
Before we pull up that video again. Stoic Crypto, by the way, huge shout out. These shirts are amazing.
Yeah, I think he's sending me shirts, but I think he's sending them to your house.
He is, and then you're gonna get it when I see you in Vegas. They're really, really, really cool.
No, I think you're gonna see me before Vegas.
Oh, true. You're coming also to Chattanooga.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
yeah. I gotta work out that schedule. We'll see. We'll figure it out. All right.
Maybe we'll match with shirts. Okay, bye.
Let's go to the charts. So here's the triangle. It looked like we were coming back down to the bottom of the triangle a few hours ago, and the price has pulled back up, though the weekly charts have not changed. Today is the 31st. So actually, I don't have the monthly chart up, but tomorrow is going to be very interesting to look at the monthly chart and see where the monthly chart is actually going to close. As long as we are inside this triangle, Bitcoin is just not interesting. Other than that, what we have is we have a target out of this triangle when the triangle breaks, and I'm expecting it to break to the downside. I don't understand how everyone on Twitter thinks that 6,000 is some kind of strong support. 6,000 is very weak support, and it gets weaker by the day. And you're supposed to short the yearly low. You're not supposed to buy the yearly low. You're supposed to buy dips when they are pullbacks in a bull market. When you have dips in a bear market, you're supposed to sell them. When you have dead cat bounces in a bear market, you're supposed to sell them. You're not supposed to buy any dips in a bear market. And if you don't believe we've been in a bear market for the last 10 months, you're pretty much just delusional. So I am still expecting the 6,000 low to break to the downside. And when it does, I will be doubling down on my short position. But for now, I just have a single short. So here's the daily chart. The daily chart is giving us this, what Theo Goodman taught me is a Darth Maul candle. We've had one of these Darth Maul candles before. We had it right here, and that was back on September 19th. We kind of swung and made a new low, and then we swung and pretty much made a high, and that led to some short-term upside that later led to a brand new correction. So that one, however, was a lot bigger than the current one. The current one looks to be about a third of the size of the Darth Maul style candle we had on September 19th. So volatility is still pretty low. You still have, a good 6 hours left in the day, and this candle can close, above 6,500 on Bitfinex. It can also close below 6,250 on Bitfinex, right? Which would probably be about 6,200. So Bitfinex and Bitstamp are almost evened out. They're back to within a small fraction of each other. I wonder if I can. No, it's not pulling up the details. They're within a small fraction of each other. I think they're only off by like $75 now. They're almost at parity. Here's the 12-hour, no, it's the 4-hour chart. Here's the 12-hour chart. The 12-hour chart is really looking like one of those Darth Maul candles. And this one touched the setup trend line and bounced right off of it. Now, the setup trend line is really important. The setup trend line was created because of this 9 up count that took place on a 12-hour chart back on September 16th. It concluded, and we have not had any other sequential nines, any other TD9 setups to the upside. So this is our only setup trend line. And you can see how perfectly it bounced the price back on October 11th. And once again, it beautifully bounced the price a few hours ago. Now, I don't believe this is going to hold. If this is going to be a price flip, and we don't know if this is going to be a price flip, we still have a good 6 hours in this candle. So if this candle closes, you know, $20, $30 lower than it is now, then this will still be a red 4, and the continuation will go on. You are on a 3 to 13 countdown. You have gone lower than the low of the 9. There is nothing necessarily bullish in this candle. The volume spike is high, but not that high. And it was probably just some guy trying to buy on market or wanted to liquidate a bunch of people. I don't see, sorry, I'm tired. I don't see anything here that's calling for sustained upside. No different than I didn't see anything on this giant candle that I expected to go into any kind of sustained upside. This is why my short trade, I wasn't nervous about it, and I'm still not nervous about it here. I'm still expecting lower prices within days, if not hours. And I mean, once these lows, well, once we get a new closing 12-hour low, which needs to be below 6180 on stamp, Bitcoin can accelerate quickly to the downside. And I want to be in that position before it does this time around. This might be my only trade for the year, by the way. I don't really plan on trading again this year. Just this one trade. It'll be my, and I don't even, and I don't really want to even exit this trade until next year because I'm redoing residency once I get back to the US. So I actually don't want to exit this trade with a loss or a gain this year. This really is a trade into next year. It wasn't a short-term trade. This was a long swing trade. It was a cross between a swing and a position trade. That's why I took it out to March on expirations. Here is the 4-hour chart. We have to let this finish another 2 hours. We can go and close back below the red line. So what you're looking at here is if the price of Bitcoin closes below the red line, this entire candle is meaningless, totally meaningless. It's not meaningless to those that have terrible position size and terrible leverage. My position was properly considered for position size and leverage, which is why in my position, this giant candle did not liquidate me in my trade. So obviously this candle is nothing. I actually missed this candle. I was in an Uber coming to the Airbnb. So I wasn't even around. I couldn't even check the market in order to, even if I wanted to do a short trade, I wasn't in front of the market. Here's the 1-hour chart. Again, it's just one candle. And this one candle came off a new swing low. Like if you would have asked me right here at the low, am I bullish or bearish? Of course I'm bearish. I'm expecting a follow through of another candle, just like the 3 candle. Some guy probably bought a lot. Maybe there was some kind of a news event, but I doubt it. If there was a news event, this would have lasted a little bit longer, like the Tether nonsense. It's probably one big buyer that moved the exchange over. And that's it. The S&P 500 is rebounding. I'm not surprised at all. So this is the futures market. I should probably open the regular S&P. Okay, what happened there? It is. Here's my SPX daily, and here's my SPX weekly. Oh, nope, that's daily again. And here's my S&P weekly. And next, and then as of tomorrow, we can glance at the monthly chart again. Oh, wow. Look at the weekly chart. It's really rebounding strong. Now, remember, you are on a 4 of 9 weekly. Now, what I have been saying, I don't remember the last time I said it, but what I've been saying is you got to watch these 9s on the daily. But I have a feeling we're reversed early. We're reversed before the 9. I don't know what's up with my indicator. It's been, I don't know, TradingView must have made another stupid change, and now the indicator has less memory to work with. So I was expecting a market rebound probably into next week. Well, what day of the week is it over there in the US?
Wednesday.
Okay. So Wednesday, Thursday, this was supposed to be an 8 candle. Yeah, I was expecting a rebound either today or tomorrow from the lows. I thought it can go down a smidge more, but this particular drop in the stock market, just like Tyler, I wanted to talk to Tyler about it, but we'll do another show soon. Basically, this is not how markets top. And I think Tyler also mentioned it, that it seemed very, very strange that the market had such a nosedive. This is just not how markets top. Now, if we go up to approximately 2850, and then we have a significant turn and reversal to the downside from 2850, then I will consider the stock market to be going into a major correction. But as of right now, this is not how markets top. So I am certainly expecting 2850. And to be honest, I'm expecting the Democrats to do significantly worse in the midterm elections. And when it's realized that the Democrats did worse in the general election and they're not going to get to impeach Trump, I think the market is going to rally to new all-time highs, potentially even this year. I'm going to leave it here. I really don't want to go into any of the stuff like currencies or stocks. Maybe I'll do a video tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow morning. I know it'll be middle of the night in the US. Or I'll go check out Perth. I'm not here for too long, but it's time for me to sleep. It's like 2:30 in the morning here. So yeah, sorry guys. Oh, I forgot to show my stuff. Damn. We'll start with Unconfiscatable. We have another speaker to announce. We have another speaker, but we don't have a picture for him yet because my graphic designer is grossly overworked by me. And
You won't get a picture.
you won't. You'll get a picture. It'll be a Joker picture because Ugly Old Goat will be speaking at my conference, either in a goat suit or maybe he'll unveil himself on stage without a goat suit, but he does have a goat suit now. So Ugly Old Goat will also be speaking. So I'm getting all these finance guys. The only developers I have right now is Jimmy Song and Peter Todd. So next week, I'm going to be on a mission to add developers in order to talk some dev stuff. But yeah, people are signing up. Look, damn, 27. So you guys have to actually pay though. Like this is how many people are registering. So like at the end of the week, those that don't pay, their registrations get dropped because in 27, once 27 more people actually pay, prices go up, guys. Prices go up by 0.05 Bitcoin because that's how we scale this conference. Only 300 tickets are up for sale. And after that, like I can't help you because the fire code will prevent anyone from your 301st ticket is going to end up canceling the conference. So there will be nothing I can do about it. So get your tickets early. Still have some VIP tickets left. And okay, but please remember, guys, there are separate registrations for everything. This is the poker tournament registration. You click on it and you register if you're going to play in the poker game with us, with Leah, with me, with Tyler, with Jimmy Song, with Doug Polk. You're playing with all of us. It's 0.1 Bitcoin to enter this game. It'll be professionally done. There will be a tournament director. There will be professional poker chips, professional dealers. The casino is providing all of that. This is going to be a legitimate game. It's a non-profit. Well, it's non-profit for me. There will certainly be a profit for the winners. I haven't. I'm gonna post. We're talking to the tournament director about what the prizes should be under the assumption that 100 people play. That's the maximum. 100 people play at 0.1 Bitcoin. So that's 10 Bitcoin. So some of that needs to, cover the expenses of the tournament itself. And some of it is going to go towards blockchain initiatives as donations. And the rest will be given out as prizes. And I'll post the prizes here shortly. Yeah, so it's a separate registration for the celebrity game, separate registration for the workshops, and a separate registration for the conference itself, all right? And there's gonna be a separate registration for the carnivory dinner, and we'll get that out probably in about a month or so. We have time. So there'll be, hopefully Saifedean will be in on Thursday as well, and it will be a carnivory dinner with Saifedean, Jimmy, myself, Leah, you're coming. But yeah, so there'll be a few of those tickets actually. Like if the speakers are taking up half the room, it's more like a VIP dinner with the speakers. But yes, so that's it. And my own website, my own workshops. Aruba, I want to see someone sign up for Aruba. Come on, Leah, fly down to Aruba.
I'm in.
It's December 9th is the Aruba conference. I will be on Sunday in Aruba. I will probably get to Aruba on the 8th. I was actually looking for an Airbnb right now, right before the show. And after Aruba, I might do a workshop in Tampa. That will be another picture here for Tampa, trying to figure that out today and tomorrow, and then maybe we'll add it. But yeah, hey, Australia, come out. And I have a meetup tomorrow at the university, or I'm speaking at a university. I don't remember anymore. I'll figure out tomorrow. All right, that's it, guys. If you like my work and you want to keep supporting my work, please check out the affiliate page and sign up through these links. I need to add another book. I need to should probably add Andreas's book in here too. So we need to add Jimmy's book in here. I got to add a bunch of stuff. And I got to upgrade all of my equipment. All of this is getting old. I do need a new computer soon. This one, mine is now 2 years old. My webcam broke. I got to buy a brand new webcam. Anyway, you guys get the point. All right, enough shilling. Stop screen share.
I have a
Leah.
question. Hello. I actually heard that it was a pescatarian dinner this time.
Did you say a pescatarian dinner or just a pescatarian dinner?
Pescatarian dinner, that it's not a carnivory dinner.
Ah, okay. Maybe.
Is that true? I heard that, or vegan. I heard some no nightshade vegetables. I mean, I heard some crazy stuff.
I'm okay with no vegetables at the dinner. No, it'll be a carnivory dinner. There may or may not be fish. I'm not sure.
I'm kidding. All right. Yes, everybody should definitely come to Vegas. It's going to be so much fun. And yeah, everybody have a great day.
Yeah, no, Vegas is great. I'm also working on a really cool after party. It'll be a lot of fun.
Well, it's Vegas. All right. Get some sleep, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll do more.
Oh, did I see that right? Your workshop is at 7 a.m.? Your webinar?
It is at noon Eastern.
Really? Because the screen share you did is at 7 a.m.
Really? Oh, well.
Which would have been great because that's 7 p.m. for me.
Okay, I'll switch that. Everybody's at noon.
Somebody wants to sleep. All right.
End this live stream.
All right. We will talk to you all on the next one.